Did you hear that a game from 2004 is being remade?
That's right! Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door is getting a remake. So to celebrate, here are 50 facts about the original game and its great legacy. So put your new Switches down and get your GameCubes back out. Strap in. It's time to take a trip down memory lane, back to 2004. And of course, there will be spoilers. Anyway, get your gold badges out and let's go! Number 1. There is no digital re-release of it, causing the prices to rise up to nearly $200 in some cases, as when it was released, it was only a physical release. I think we'll just stick to waiting for the remake. There is a cost of living crisis after all. Anyway, keeping it light. Number 2. In an interview with the chief director, Ryota Kawade, and producer Kensuke Tanabe, they said their favorite part of the game is in Chapter 2 when you're helping your friends get out of debt. They think it's sweet how you have to help Mario and his friends. Aww. Number 3. Nintendo got sued because of the game. Morgan Creek Productions sued Nintendo for allegedly using their song, "You're So Cool," in their advertising. Any guesses how long this case lasted? 6 days. Morgan Creek Productions dropped the case when it was revealed the advertising company had licensing. They probably should have checked with the company before suing. Number 4. In the part of the game set in Glitzville with the Red Hawk fight, Mario is called Jumpman, a reference to Mario's first, incredibly catchy name, Jumpman. I hope the alternate universe where Mario is still Jumpman is doing well. Number 5. In the Japanese version of the game, Mario and his friends only get healed after the first chapter, but around the world, they heal after all chapters, apart from 8. There's actually multiple differences between the Japanese and international versions, so if any gamers are looking for a change of game, the Japanese version has a list of differences. Number 6. The Happy Lucky Lottery in-game isn't based on luck. It's based on the GameCube's internal clock. Fourth prize is 4 to 10 days. Third prize is 25 to 35. Second prize is 85 to 115 days. And first prize is between 335 and 395. You can mess with the internal clock to edit the time though, but you will be questioned by Lucky about the time change, and you can either admit to it or lie. Lucky will always know though. Number 7. In the Japanese version, one of the characters, Vivian, it ambiguously hints that it could be a trans woman. In the English version, this changed to make Vivian a cisgender woman. However, in the Italian version, it proudly makes Vivian a trans woman, and we love that for her. Number 8. In the game's data, there are many songs that go unused, but unfortunately, only 2 are still on the disc. The others are... Dun dun dun! Lost Media. That doesn't stop us from loving the soundtrack though. Number 9. In the Italian game, Francesca's character is translated to Romoletta, and Frankie's is Giuliano, a little reference to Romeo and Juliet to mirror their love story in the game. Take that, Shakespeare! We have Francesca and Frankie now. Number 10. Ghost T's Room 004 references Chinese and Japanese culture, as 4 is an unlucky number in their cultures, as 4 sounds similar to death. Number 11. In the Japanese version of the game, Pika wears bunny ears, but this was changed to cat ears for international release. This was most likely done to avoid some awkward jokes and an accidentally referencing another famous bunny brand. Who knows though, they could be referencing any bunny, right? Number 12. In Twilight Town, one of the crows is talking about opening a real estate website called Luigi's Mansion. Another responds he's heard of that before but can't remember where. If only we could place it too. Number 13. The house in the back alley of Rogueport's main square originally had a toad-shaped chalk outline on the floor and dried blood. This was removed for the US version of the game. Can't think why they'd remove this definitely not creepy find from a game rated for kids. Number 14. In the first Princess Peach interlude, she sings inside the castle walls the theme to Super Mario 64. This is just one of the many references to other Nintendo games. Another small one is a reference to the Super Mario World. Whenever Peach sends Mario an email, it plays the game's theme, and whenever someone else emails him, part of the epilogue theme plays. Number 15. At the end of Bowser's levels, in the Japanese version, fireworks are seen exploding, whereas in the international versions, there are no fireworks at all. Maybe this has to do with the fact that Japan's version of the game is slightly harder than the international versions. Or maybe Japan just loves a party and a celebration. Number 16. In the English script, the Shadow Queen is written to be more formal and condescending. Glad they know their English-speaking players well enough to make us condescending. Number 17. The game was originally going to be called Paper Mario 2, with a logo similar to the first Paper Mario. Do you prefer Paper Mario 2, or do you think Paper Mario the 1,000-Year Door is better? Leave a comment. Number 18. During Luigi's story about Circuit Break Island, he tells Mario he had to sign up to a kart race and mentions having to drive karts before, a reference to Mario Kart. Luigi sounds like he lives a great life. We're not at all jealous. Not at all. Number 19. In its first week of release in Japan, it sold over 159,000 units, making it the best-selling game there. It went on to sell 409,000 copies there, and a further 1.23 million copies in North America. 3 years later, in 2007, it had sold 1.91 million copies worldwide. For 2004, those numbers were insane, but not so much now. The most played game, Minecraft, has 238 million sold units. But that doesn't mean we still don't appreciate great classics like Paper Mario the 1,000-Year Door, and we hope the remake does just as good as the original did on release. Maybe we should equip the Pretty Lucky badge, just for good measure. Number 20. The game had the second and final appearance of Kammy Koopa, a Magic Koopa and Bowser's second-in-command. After this game, she was replaced with Kamek, another Magic Koopa, who acts as Bowser's confidant. Rest in peace, Kammy Koopa. You are missed. Number 21. In Petalburg, there is a toad talking about his favorite video games. He talks about the game Fire Emblem. The second time you meet him before Hooktail's castle, he's talking about Paper Mario. The final time you meet him back in the town, he's talking about Paper Mario the 1,000-Year Door. He's a gamer, just like us. Number 22. In the scene where Peach puts a data disk into a computer, the image shown on the computer is the startup theme for the Famicom Disk System, an add-on for the Nintendo Entertainment System, something only released in Japan. This was basically the start of a new saving system, as it used the floppy disk instead of cartridges, and changed the course of the saving system. It's used in other popular games, like 1986's Metroid. A moment of gratitude for the creators for pushing a new save system. The future really appreciates it. Number 23. In the game data is an early Bonetail texture that has a blue eye, but when the game released, Bonetail only has empty sockets. How fashionable, and not at all creepy. Number 24. There are multiple glitches that lead to the character of Flavio joining Mario's party and not leaving, and appearing in cutscenes Mario isn't even in. Who are we if we deny Flavio an adventure, though? I say let him have his own game too. A game where we could ride on his legendary ship. SS Flavion would beat any record. Number 25. Hooktail, Bonetail, and Gloomtail are siblings. Bonetail is the oldest, Hooktail is the youngest. I wonder what the family dinners are like at home with them. Number 26. The Shadow Sirens have hats corresponding to their magic. Vivian has a red hat for fire magic, Marilyn has yellow for lightning, and Beldum has a blue hat for ice spells. Number 27. Lord Crump's theme has references to Pac-Man's death sound from the Atari 2600 game. The theme goes incredibly hard. They should replace rave music with it. Number 28. Admiral Bobbery's early designs had him as a soldier and not a pirate. And I'm sure glad they changed it. Number 29. Inputting XBRBYL in the title screen will enable debug mode, and holding Z will reveal the game's build date. How do people even find these things out? Number 30. The clock at Riverside Station shows the GameCube's internal clock. It's always an adorable feature when games have this implemented. Number 31. At one stage in development, the W emblem was purple, implying when Mario equips the emblem, it would change him to wearing Waluigi's clothes instead of his own. The reason they changed this better be good. Waluigi needs more love. Number 32. When tattling a Babam named Fred in the far outpost, Goombella says that he's not very freaky for a Fred, a reference to Freaky Fred from the cartoon Courage the Cowardly Dog. Number 33. If you look through Professor Frankly's trash after fighting the Shadow Sirens, you can find Vivian's tattle, but not Marilyn's or Beldam's. This hints that Vivian would join the party rather than fighting Mario again. Vivian proving she's the best again.
Love you, Vivian.
Number 34. In the opening scene, the interior of Mario's house is a full recreation of his bedroom from Paper Mario. This is only seen for a brief moment and is only seen once in the opening scene. The amount of attention to detail in this game is insane. Number 35. An earlier version of Mario can be found. It presents him to look slightly different, with softer colors and a deep black mustache. It's similar to how he looked in the first Paper Mario game. Number 36. The color of Yoshi when he hatches depends on the amount of time from acquiring the egg in Glitzville Glitz Pit to when it opens. Despite Yoshi always being green in artwork, Yoshi can also be red, blue, pink, orange, white, and black. What's your favorite variation of Yoshi? Number 37. Luigi's partner, Screamy, is based on the original design of the Smorgs, whose original design was said to be a lot less fluffy. Both are still quite cute though. Number 38. In Chapter 6 on the XS Express, you have to find Ghost T's diary. Before you go, he warns you not to read it. If you do, it results in a game over. There's 5 other ways that result in a game over that doesn't include losing all HP. These include not escaping the spike trap fast enough in Hooktail's castle, cheating twice in the Happy Lucky Lottery but changing the internal clock, agreeing to become the Shadow Queen's servant, falling through a floor in the room with dry bones in the Palace of Shadow, and not escaping the Great Tree. Did you catch all that? Number 39. All of the partners from the first Paper Mario were going to make an appearance, but this idea got scrapped somewhere in development. We miss you, the other 6 partners that got scrapped in development. However, Lady Bo makes an appearance at the end of the game, and Para Carey at the start. Number 40. In the Spanish release of the game, Rock Hawk's name is changed to Hawk Hogan, as a reference to Hulk Hogan.
There must be some big fans in Spain, brother!
Number 41. The Shadow Queen created the Pit of 100 Trials as a torture chamber. How pleasant of the Shadow Queen. Anyway, keeping it light. What's next? Oh, number 42. On Keeping It Light, there's a random noose in Rogueport. Anyway, number 43. In the Japanese version, one of Hooktail's weaknesses is frogs. They removed this for all other versions, but it's still in the US demo version. Someone tell Hooktail that frogs are a completely valid fear. Number 44. There's a 4th wall break when Professor Frankly addresses the player directly, and Mario's partner wonders who Professor Frankly is talking to. Creepy. Number 45. Rock Hawk also breaks the 4th wall when he points to the screen, saying he hopes the player hasn't forgotten about him. We haven't forgotten about you, Rock Hawk. Number 46. Madame Flurry can tell you who runs the Trouble Center. She can go to the back of the building and blow paper, revealing a secret door. A man called Goose runs it, and he is part of the Robo Gang. What other secrets are the townspeople keeping? Number 47. The game over music is similar to the Super Mario Bros. One, but with the pitch and arrangement being slightly different, and it being played on different instruments. Number 48. The Super Luigi book that players can buy after completing the game implies that the game was meant to be an adventure game starring Luigi, but the developers changed this for an unknown reason. Happy that Luigi eventually got the recognition he deserves. Number 49. There is a glitch where if the player falls into a river whilst talking to an NPC, they can then walk away whilst holding Koops in place using his ability. Once the player is off screen, Koops will teleport to the player with a splashing animation. Who found this? And what were they trying to do? Number 50. In Paper Mario the Origami King, the 2020 game, Peach's design from the 1,000-Year Door appears as a photo, and when Mario and Bob-omb interact with a steering wheel, Bob-omb mentions his dream to become an admiral one day, a reference to Admiral Bobbery. We're glad he achieved his dream. How was that? Did you have fun and learn new things? A truly great deal. I hope it's gotten you as excited as us for the remake of Paper Mario the 1,000-Year Door. Until the remake, leave any more tips or tricks down below. Don't forget to subscribe and like and all that other fun stuff. Or Ghost T will visit you tonight. Anyway, for now, put on your special Happy Heart badges and enjoy the rest of your day. Until next time, Hazfans.